Hey folks, I'm Milo Tash. Let's talk flasks. This is the Snow Peak Titanium Flask in size large, and this is a flask that I consistently struggle between using or putting it on a display like the work of art that it truly is. It's made in Japan, it weighs 3.2 ounces, and holds 5.8 fluid ounces of liquid, and it costs $175 USD. I believe this is Snow Peak's largest flask, and it feels feather light in your hand. The matte finished titanium is unobtrusive, and the hand-ground edging looks like a real person was there right when it was made, taking each step around the outer perimeter to make a bevel like a fingerprint, truly unique to each one. If we treat this like a wearable device through the lens of product design, the backs of flasks perfectly meet design guidelines for wearability, which dictates that products designed for human body require humanistic form language, forming a concavity on the inside surface of the product touching the body to accept human convexities. Where we curve out, the product should curve in to hug and accept our form. This also adds structure and strength to the form, and Snow Peak does just that with this flask, and it rests nicely in the breast pocket, hugging the body. The flask spout is narrow, smaller than average, reading 9.9-ish or so millimeters in diameter, where most are 15 to 30 millimeters in diameter. Narrow typically means precise and allows for pouring without spilling or easy lip seal when taking a swig. The threads on the mouth of the flask are super fine. This can make getting the threads started a little challenging sometimes, but not so much that it's cumbersome. It comes with a carrying case too, and a small funnel for refills, which is a thoughtful touch, and one which we would expect from a flask at this price point. The titanium, a Snow Peak signature, is perfect for deterring scent or taste of the liquids that you choose to put in it. And I find that it holds just the right amount of beverage for a few nightcaps or a little nip when in the North Woods while on a weekend camp out. A few pain points I found online from a user perspective were the price point, the threads, and the bevel. Regarding the price point, yeah, it's not a throw-about dollar store flask. As I shared at the start of the video, I tend to want to put this thing on display more than take it out camping, and it's kind of an odd battle I go through with myself every time I'm in need of a flask. I do the same thing with my Gransford Burke's small forest axe, which hangs suspended on fishing line on my bookshelf when it's not being used to truly hack apart logs. It's a luxury item, and it's gosh dang beautiful. For the second issue with the threads being hard to start or not being smooth, I can agree with the hard to start part, especially if you're not looking or if you've had a few too many sips out of the flask and you're intoxicated, but I haven't had too much of an issue. The more the cap comes off and on, the smoother it gets, so should be fine over time. Thirdly, the bevel. There was a comment on Snow Peak's website, which I love that they don't filter the constructive feedback there. The good, the bad, the ugly are all out to see on their website, which I find refreshing. The comment shared there, though, that they expected more consistent milling on the flask at this sort of price point. I hear that, but that's why I actually love this flask even more. I've owned enough of Snow Peak's other products to know and trust their quality. I know that this bevel grind was not just sloppy craftsmanship, or at least not on mine that I received. It just feels raw, and I love it. This was given to me as a special occasion gift from my partner. For me, it comes along on all of our camping trips or backwoods adventures. It usually holds a nice gin, but it doesn't always carry alcohol. Sometimes it has a non-alcoholic spirit in it, such as Aplos, and it brings an added level of ritual to the practice of making a nightcap while traveling if I'm not in the mood for something with alcohol in it. As always, I'm Milo Tash. Thanks for watching. Cheers.